It's day 23. Dodger's been doing okay. There have been some changes since last week. He's now on, as far as medication, he is now just on gabapentin twice a day. One tablet twice a day. I believe it's every 12 hours, right? Mm-hmm. Every 12 hours. We're still packing him, heat packing him about 3 times a day. And this week he started his 10-minute walks. When we were at 5-minute walks, it was very difficult to get him to actually want to walk. He would go outside to use the restroom, and we would try to walk him around our backyard, and he just pulled to come inside. Not sure if he was just tired of it. I don't know what it was. Bored. So we knew that if, as time goes by, the more time we're adding to his walks, which is 5 minutes every week, we were going to have to at some point take him on a real walk, because that is something he enjoys doing. And just walking around the backyard is not good enough for him. So we did that today. We did it in the morning. We did it for about 10 minutes. And I have a video clip. He did pretty good. He just tends to pull a lot. So we just have to make sure we have him on a short leash. And he tends to want to pee on everything. So, especially garbage bins. And so we try to keep him away from them, but we got to one and he peed on it, and he lifted his good leg, so he was putting all his weight on his bad leg. So I'm assuming that's good. I don't know. I'm assuming if it hurt him, he would not have done that, right? So I guess as far as his walking, oh, sorry. Nope, Dodger, you don't have to get up. Lay down. I don't know. I feel like it was getting good after the first week. And then we haven't really seen any improvement. He doesn't sit with his leg up in the air as much. I haven't noticed as before. He is putting his leg down when he's standing now a little bit. I'm just gonna assume that it's gonna take a lot of time for him to get back to normal. I'm not sure if he walks the way he walks out of habit, or if he picks up his leg the way he does because of, I don't know, muscle memory. He's just so used to having it a certain way that I guess it's just going to take a lot of time. He's trying to be sneaky, and he's been trying to lick at his incision. He does it every once in a while. Just have to make sure he doesn't do it consistently. Let me see. I have a heat pack here. Let me pack you, Dodger. He likes to sit like that. I don't know why. How am I supposed to pack you? Let me heat pack you, Dodger. He doesn't want to move his head. What else? So night times have gotten a lot better. I'm not sure. We actually have him on gabapentin and trazodone. Right? At nighttime only for the trazodone. I'm not sure if that's what's helping with his anxiety, but having the cone off too. Yeah, having the cone off, I think for sure is definitely helping him. But we give him the trazodone a few hours before we go to bed, and it does help him, I think, a little bit. We also have to administer it when we're going somewhere, like to an appointment, because he just gets so excited that I'm afraid he's going to jump and hurt himself whenever we go somewhere. And so, speaking of appointments, he had his first laser therapy session at our regular DMV. She had suggested that he get at least 2 sessions in. She thinks that it would be really helpful in his inflammation and pain for his recovery. So we took him yesterday. Seemed like it went well. It was a 14-minute session. I haven't noticed anything at all different. I know some people say that they see results pretty fast, but didn't see anything. Been contemplating about purchasing our own laser. I'm not sure how effective it would be because I'm sure there's so many different types and they vary, especially with prices. So I'm not sure how much or how good it would work for us. I did buy him, I would have to get out of here unless you want to bring it, the oil. I did purchase a omega-3 Alaskan salmon fish oil. I saw a lot of good reviews on it. It's supposed to support bone and joint function. Here it is. This is the smallest. Oh, Dodger, he smelled it. It's the smallest. They only have an 8 ounce, I think 16 and the 32, and has a lot of great reviews. It also has other benefits such as skin and coat. Helps with their skin and coat. So I've been using it for Dodger especially, and also Bentley. He's somewhere upstairs. So we'll see how that helps, if it helps. They like it a lot. I think I mentioned it before that Dodger is not, oh God, that hurt. Oh, look, I got a splinter in my finger. Oh, we have a huge sticker problem outside, which is another reason I don't like walking him in the backyard. Really bad problem we need to fix. Anyway, I think I mentioned it. Thank you. Okay. I think I mentioned that he's not good in his, I can't say it, so CAGE. I can't say the word because he associates it with something bad. So we call it his bed, but there it is. We've attached it to the pen that I'm in. And this isn't how we did it before. The way that we got him in there, because he doesn't go in there willingly at all. Bless you. So we've had his pen up against that wall. We've had it in this little corner since his surgery. So he is very accustomed to turning, after he goes outside, turning this corner and coming directly into his pen. So after several days or weeks, it wasn't just until recently that you had this idea to put the cage here. Oops, I said it. The CAGE here, and see if he would just go in, out of habit, that he turns this corner and goes into his pen. And we did it, and it worked. He went in, and as soon as he got in there, he was like, holy crap. He instantly knew that that we tricked him. But we had him, we left him in there. We gave him a lot of treats, and we just kind of praised him and made him understand that, he did something good. And there he is laying on his bad leg. So we left him in there for a few hours, took him out, put him back in his pen, which we had folded up. We didn't put him back in here for a few days. And then just recently we started it again. He's done pretty well. I just don't like to leave him in there past so many hours. But then I came up with this idea of connecting the pin and having this open area, and also making his CAGE really comfy. I try not to put as many blankets out here. That way he's more inclined to go in there. And it's working, because today he went in willingly without us telling him to go in there or anything. He just walked in and laid down, and it was like, I mean, he's never done that before. So that's huge. I mean, we couldn't leave for weeks because somebody had to stay with him. I definitely don't trust him by himself in just the pen, because if he really wanted to jump, he definitely could jump this thing, and we don't need that. He'll definitely hurt himself. What else? We talked about the B12. No, not B12, omega. Talked about the laser treatment. Talked about the meds. The only thing I was gonna mention, when he lays like this on his bad leg, sometimes he still whimpers, and he kind of struggles to get off of it. I don't know if anybody else has that issue. But I'm really hoping that he recovers very soon. I really miss him being able to be normal. What else? He still has anxiety being in here, because when we leave, we try to put him, we haven't left very many places, but when we do, we put him in here. And as long as we're home, he doesn't really cry. But as soon as we leave, he starts to whine and pant heavily. So we try not to take long, because he's having an anxiety attack. I guess that's it. I don't know. We haven't been using the sling anymore. I'll attach a clip of the video, have a video of him going on his walk this morning. And he did good. We haven't been using the sling. I think he's been able to support himself pretty well. Still no bed. Still confined, probably for another 2 weeks. And then we need to figure out the next step to increasing more room space for him. I'm thinking, I mean, the only option I have is either the front room, our dining room, or our living room. But I don't know. We'll still have to figure that out. Just gonna hope that he continues to go into his CAGE. And continue to hope he progresses. I think that's it for today and for this week.